Here's 2nd and 10. On the option left, Richardson. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. No, and that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Third, right there.
Play action. Stroud now. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
A good throw there, and this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. And by most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay. And early on, it's less about how many touchdowns did he throw, but did he not throw interceptions? Did he handle adversity? Did he handle the huddle? Those types of things. That's what people are looking for.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Oh, man, coming off a great rookie year, it's Dameon Pierce. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there. The Texans 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets your point in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Stroud sets up the play action. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up fourth down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Fix the Eagles! Fix the Eagles! Rig! Rig! 60 Maverick! 60 Maverick!
Play action. Now Richardson.
Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
3rd and long for Richardson. He'll drop this down to Taylor.
Man, he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt.
Back deep, Jakeem Graham. This is taken around the 12. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 51 yards on the punt there.
And the Texans will take over.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Stroud to throw it.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Stroud here on 3rd and long. Right side completes a Mechie.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
This is 2nd and 8.
19 Lions. Ready.
2nd down. Here's Richardson.
That'll be caught. It's Cup. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Cup beats the D for a first that time. There really was a defense who could stop him the last 2 years. Only an ankle injury slowed him down, ending his 2022 season after 9 games. He was on an all-pro pace, and we expect to see the same again this year.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Okay, ready. 70 Lions. Cowboy 80. 19 tight. 19 tight. Let go.
They go play action with Richardson.
They'll roll him out right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Texans are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket? I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3.
70 Timberwolves. Go, Reed. Go. Go.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Come on. Hey.
Stroud wants to change it up with an audible.
19 Tiger. Hey, check that. Street.
Mechie, the man in motion. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And we're down to the 41.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second and 7.
Street.
Stroud.
They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
Lions. 18 Rattlers. Traveler. Ready.
They run with the former Buffalo Bill, Devin Singletary.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Working with a lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. He'll buy some time right. And that one's going to come up short. Low throw. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Let's go now.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Pierce gets this one running right. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Andrew Beck, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
Partner, you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. In motion is Grant. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut outfield. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
Panther Street. Hey, Smash. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Dameon Pierce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health,
He's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ready, set.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
At the 23-yard line, a 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Richardson to throw off play action. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other, because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Rig alert, Panther 11, Panther 11. Check, Bobcat.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a 1st down.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Will Anderson in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Panther 80.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Richardson. Open man right side is Cup, complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here we go.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Hurt. 65 cap. 70 Rangers.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
The Colts send out their new kicker for 2023, Matt Gay, for the field goal.
Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Now maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Okay, break.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Stroud out of the gun here.
Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
Let's go now.
2nd and 10.
Dragon 60. Buffalo 18. Ready.
Stroud now on 2nd down.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Go.
2nd and 10.
Check smash. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Go check. Get hurt. 19, Pioneer. Cup 19.
Stroud will look to throw once more. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Hunt until about the 23. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Ball at the 23, second and 8.
Hurt. Trap 60. Check. Go.
Hand off right side to Pierce. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield, and he's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
60 Maverick.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackman. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Ready? 18 Cardinal.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
7 Pirates. Ready?
Richardson off the play fake. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Ready?
Richardson out of the shotgun. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 16. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is first and 10 right now.
60 Eagles.
Got his open man. It's Mallory. Oh, it still won't go down. Touchdown. Will Mallory is His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Colts are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings out 3rd and 5 now.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Stroud looking to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And it's taken in at the 9. A great return there of 22 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Cowboy 80. Go street. "19 Lions. 19 tight. 19 tight. 70 Timberwolves. Riggs. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. He gets this one to Mechie. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 9. Play action. Stroud now. That one complete. It's Tank Dell. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A run for Pierce out of the gun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10.
19 Tiger, 19, 79 Broncos.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. It was the linebacker, Shaquille Leonard, who applied the heat.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Come on.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. To the right side and caught by Dell. And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the 1st down marker. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Well, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. 58 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Pat the streak.
On third down, it's Richardson. He'll let one go deep for downs.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. He tried to do it himself, but couldn't find his way to the marker. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Let's go now. Hey, smash Bronco. Go.
Now a handoff for Pierce.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Stroud sets up the play action. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got it bracketed out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough.
Here we go.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Stroud here on third and long. Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Able to convert on third and 14. A terrific play call. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Hand off left side, Pierce.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Damian Pierce
with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans are on their way to a 2-0 start. So how about this start to a year? Fantasy owners take note. 2 rushing touchdowns in the opener. 2 more here in week 2.
So a nice pickup by 2 entities. 1, this team for making sure they acquired this guy. And 2, anyone who plays fantasy who has him on their team.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Second down and 4.
Cougar 19. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. Ready.
Richardson looking to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught at the 20. A big play there for Indy. 58 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the fourth is not going to be an easy task, but that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, it's Taylor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now Richardson.
Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Will Anderson
picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it. Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Flushed out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
19. Go.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Play action. Here's Stroud. That is incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Street. Buffalo 18. Ready.
On the delay, here's Hunt. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been terrific so far. That's pulled in at the 32. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
Okay,
Good
ready?
starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Ready?
Play action. Now Richardson.
Out to his left. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce, 50 yards.
And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
17.
Two scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans hands team recovers. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
They will run with Grant. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, you come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st down, and that is the big one, as they should be able to run it out from here.
2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play and maybe take a loss, not try and go where the blocking isn't. But if it's just all that's there and you just put your head and your shoulders down and get that, you get the respect of the big guys up front.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Texans are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
How about the vision on the run here? This one's intended to just be a straight dive up the middle. But once he gets through traffic, he sees that the open space is to the outside. So he's just going to angle himself out wide and win the race to the pylon.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
On the set.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Boy, somehow, someone lost that running back downfield. He had acres of space, but this ball overthrown. And that's one you've got to be able to hit on.
Here we go. Start.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Ready?
3rd and 5.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Richardson looking to throw this. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Let's go.
Richardson now on 2nd down. That's to the tight end, Mallory.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Ready, set. Bravo 80. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Check smash. Check smash. Ready.
One last shot for Richardson.
And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in fantasy football, where these points mean a lot there.
Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on.